Maybe we'll jump to, is Dominic McKeown here? Dominic, I'll invite you to the table for your personal submission, and then we'll see whether we can get Sonia back online so that we can jump back to her afterwards. So, Dominic, thanks for joining us. Welcome to the table. And you've got 3 minutes to present.
I would like to point out my last name's McKeown, not McKeown.
My apologies.
So, I'm here because of the active and ongoing frustration of what should have been a safe cycleway has ended up being problem after problem, and then the same problems just kept on going and no action being taken to address it at all ever since the Worcester Street speed humps were implemented. Previously, the street was a nice wide street. There was never any issues with vehicles, bins. It's safe to ride, very easy. And as a confident cyclist myself, I was really looking forward to a cycleway. What resulted was speed humps and rather disappointing layout. And as the picture, not sure if you can all see it, but it's just a visual and physical obstructions that make it not really accessible or user-friendly. With the build-outs, it affects the direct line of sight for a cyclist. You're having to be on your edge every time you come up towards a speed hump without knowing what's next to it. I have encountered many issues time and time again and raised to council via Snaps and Solve regarding bins and vehicles, yet nothing's been done to address this at a fundamental and layout level. That third picture on screen is the Higgins contractor's vehicle, which was quite concerning. To me, this is quite unsafe that vehicles and bins can be placed there in such a obstructive way where designers, reviewers and those in charge of delivering the Cycleways program should have foreseen these potential court issues and mitigated against them. I've felt my life has come very close at times, as you can see by the pictures. On the left-hand side one, it's a wee way distance from a speed hump, yet you can't tell if there's a driveway or there's any obstructions, furniture or whatever's in the way. You're having to rely at the last minute to make a snap decision. Do I take this bypass or do I go over the speed hump and be put into and potentially an oncoming vehicle, which so often you just don't know. And I've come to the conclusion myself that I'm going over the speed humps because it's better and safer for me rather than coming across any of these issues. When rubbish day, you have the trucks going down, they tend to block the exits of these so-called bypasses, like the middle picture. That's not really safe if we're trying to encourage safe cycling and promote the accessibility towards the CBD. With the bins being put in there, put curbside, these build-outs, people are pushing them out further because designers and reviewers failed to consider the impact of this infrastructure and how it would affect communities.
And we are going to need to draw this to a close. We're beyond the end of the 3 minutes. The pictures really tell the story that you're telling, it's fair to say.
Yeah. If I could just add, there's been no budget ever available for remediation of layouts and issues like this. And it would be great if we could have some budget made available effective immediately to remediate this layout and other layouts, as there's issues which need to be addressed urgently.
It's a very clear request. The pictures illustrate the issue that you're talking about very, very well. Thank you very much indeed for coming along and pointing this out to us today. the request is very clear. Thanks very much indeed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Online yet, so can you go to Colleen Phillips?
All right, so let's now move to Colleen Phillip.